I came into the gallery a few months ago and I saw, sitting on one of the tables downstairs, there was a book of school prints. And I saw them. There were images that leapt out from the page. But imagine my excitement when a few weeks after looking at them, I walked into the Goldmark gallery in Uppingham and there they were. A cache, a selection of these pictures that were produced 60 years ago. I have never seen anything quite so amazing in terms of the quality of these prints. It was absolutely superb. The School Prints series of original lithographs is, I think in everybody's view, one of the great art projects of the 20th century. And they were produced just after the Second World War with all the rigours that had happened to bring art out from galleries, out from sort of the cosy art world into schools. This was very much a project of Brenda and Derek Rawnsley. Sadly, Derek was killed during the war. Brenda then carried on, was determined, even more determined, I suppose, obviously, in those sad circumstances, to see that this project was carried through and that these prints would be available, you know, to a wide audience of school children. And I think, you know, when we sort of see the pictures themselves, you realise what an incredible achievement that was. This is one of my favourites. I mean, just look at this. This is John Nash, and it's called, as you can imagine, Harvesting. I love the design element about this. It's just stunning. This shape here, everything is revolving round. You're following this chap who's chasing a rat with his dog. But here's the reaping machine. Two guys doing something with sticks over here. I love the bikes. The bikes propped up against the bush there. When Nash was asked to produce this, it was winter. And being asked to do a summer scene really grated with him because he really liked to get out there and, you know, do the scenes as he would have been experiencing them. And I think he always explained that was why there was quite a lot of white in the picture. I think it's just absolutely wonderful. The whole design element, the birds flying off, and this wonderful Nash landscape that just arcs over everything in the back. This is Tom Gentleman's Grey Horses, and what a wonderful graphic image. This must have been one of the favourites of school children as well. There is so much going on. Right up front, these magnificent grey horses pulling a brewer's dray. We've got the chap with his brawny arms picking up a wooden crate of bottles, his mate rolling a wooden barrel down the steps into the pub. We've got children with their mothers. We've got a policeman in blue serge riding away down the street. The colours have been blocked in. They've been kept very, very simple. The shapes are very simple, and they work in a wonderful dynamic of the street scene, which is obviously very wide, but then you're focused into the focal point of the two grey horses. This is John Nash again, and this is window plants. And indeed, here they are, on the windowsill, trumpeting geraniums, a spider-like plant that I'm afraid I don't know the name of. But look at this. It's not just about window plants. It's about this lovely lady asleep in her armchair, the pince-nez on her nose, the cat sleeping on her knee. And look here, this fabulous canary singing away in a cage, just beautifully designed in that space. And not just flowers on the windowsill, they spill out into John Nash's border. What I love about these prints is it's such a cohesive whole. It's not just a picture, it's an original lithograph, and it has everything going for it. I wonder what this is called. It's Tractor by Kenneth Rowntree. What a wonderful, simple graphic image for a child. What I found wonderful was seeing this in close-up as opposed to a reproduction in a book, and seeing the detail that's in it. Rowntree has looked at ploughs, and he's looked at the nuts and bolts, and the tractors. He knows that tractors have big engines and they have propellers and things, and he also knows that they have spark plugs, and there's a row of 4 with their leads coming out wildly, not quite sure where they're going. But it's a wonderful evocation. This School Prints series must have seemed at the time to be quite an idealistic thing. The idea of actually bringing art into schools. people had more on their minds probably after the Second World War. But those children who saw them in those schoolrooms all those years ago, they'll think, I remember that. I remember enjoying those posters. And I think also there's a whole generation of children now who are going to enjoy this just as strongly as did their parents and grandparents in post-war Britain.